Kengan Omega Chapter 258, called Condition. Commencing this chapter is a very, very shocked reaction of Mr. Nogi. Why he's shocked, you may ask? It's because he's just hearing the information of Shen Wulong's goal of brain transplantation on Ohma and Ryuki, so he could transplant his consciousnesses to, plural, him and Tiger, their consciousness into Ohma and Ryuki. And Mr. Nogi is in sort of disbelief. All in all, he just doesn't believe what he's been told, that it's could be something out of fiction. Nogi also said to Yamashita that you should have told me earlier about this information. Yamashita was hesitant because he did not want to get the info leaked, because there's possibly some worm remnants or death dealer spies, and he's saying that there could have been some people connected to either death dealers or worm that is also associated with the Kengan Association, so he just had to be careful. There's a person that's been brought up in this conversation between Nogi and Yamashita, and that is Mr. Tokita, a CEO that's in relation to the Kengan Association. He questions Mr. Nogi about Mr. Tokita, that, speaking of spies, whatever happened to that guy? Mr. Nogi clarifies that he's denied any affiliation with the worm, and he's telling the truth, that even the worm attempted to make contact with him in the past, but he politely declined their offer because he didn't like to be used. And he even said, and I quote, Mr. Tokita said, even villains have standards. And it looks like Himuro was the one who was in charge of interrogating or finding information on Mr. Tokita. And Himuro points out that the guy is clean, that he's checked out, he's on our side. Himuro is worried as he asks, do you think the connector meant what he said? And Kazuo Yamashita reinforces Himuro's worriness by telling him, I'm pretty sure he meant it. And then we go back in time, a flashback of sorts, back to Kazuo Yamashita and Shen Wulong discussing. We go to the moments we did not see because of the cliffhanger last chapter. And finally, because I really wanted to know what this condition is all about. And here we have Shen Wulong saying, I'm scrapping the plan to transplant our brain into Tokita, Ohma, and Gaio Ryukyu's body. That is after Yamashita said, what do you mean you're scrapping the plan? What do you mean by that? Next, Shen Wulong opens up to us about the real reason of why him and the tiger wants to become two in the first place, why they want to split into two separate bodies and not inhabit the same body, even though they're two minds. Shen states that the significance of this, of them becoming two, and Kazuo Yamashita says, is it because it's unnatural to be two minds in one body? Shen agrees with this and says, yes, it's not normal, is it? That him and Tiger are content and satisfied with the way things are, except, and I quote, I want a playmate. I don't have anyone that I can play with at full power. Kazuo Yamashita wants to confirm this by saying, and that's why you want to become two? Are you saying that if you had an enemy that could satisfy you, you wouldn't need to do the brain transplant? I'm gonna summarize the entire condition for you. The condition is that Shen Wulong would not need to do the brain transplantation as long as he finds a worthy playmate. Then him and Tiger would not have the reason to become two. And that Yamashita and Ko can take as long as they need to, that if they find someone that is a worthy playmate, yes, playmate, for him and Tiger, he won't lay a finger on Ohma or Ryuki. And he says that's a promise. I don't expect like anyone else, unless there have been like a hidden fighter in this verse. I don't expect Yamashita to bring anyone else other than Kuroki. Where is Kuroki? Moving on, we cut to a different time where Shen is basically explaining everything to Yan, that he made the promise with Kazuo Yamashita, and that he also admitted the truth about his body, the secret about his body, that they're two minds. That's something that was supposed to be kept a secret, implied by the word secret. In this conversation as well, Shen also brings up that him fighting Kuroki the other day was pretty close to what him and Tiger are looking for, so it's not a bad choice to choose Kuroki. But maybe there's someone stronger, maybe. Anyways, Yan gets mad at Shen for revealing the secrets of his body to Yamashita. Shia Yan is just there strangling Shen, but Shen doesn't struggle at all. Yan is just there strangling him. Are you kidding me? If you're one of my henchmen, I'd have you killed 10 times by now. Something like this is why like Shen needs to be with Yan like 24/7. Cause yeah, Shen is powerful and all, but Yan is like the reasonable type. He's the one that makes the like, you know, the proper plans. The mood shifts over from that, and it's now Xia Yan, Shen Wulong, and a subordinate of theirs, Fu Zan, all sitting on the dining table, enjoying, I don't know what time of day it is, so I'm just gonna say dinner. Anyways, they talk about how Shen, you're just gonna scrap this brain transplant plan that we've been creating, just like that, and that his condition is pretty much impossible because Yan states that there's no one on Earth that could rival him, that could go toe-to-toe with him. Shen says it's a big place, you never know. And Zahn points out that they could organize a search party for someone that could be strong enough for Shen, because they still have the worm's intelligence corpse at their command. That searching for someone strong enough for Shen was said to be a waste of time by Yan, and after that he treats us to something to report. The news is that both Luhan and Nico appear to be plotting a mutiny or a revolt or a rebellion against the worm. Yan wants to know if we should eliminate them for this revolt that's gonna happen, but Shen says no, we should leave them at large. Yan insists to Shen Wulong that him and Fu could get the job done and eliminate Luhan and Nico. Shen denies that because of Nico's value. Nico's own research could eventually bring him a warrior that could rival Shen, so he would not want to lose Nico. Then it crosses Shen's mind that there is an event coming up soon, and that there could be a person close to his level in that event. Then we time skip into 2 months later, where the championship event is taking place in a personally built opera house of Izumi Mitsu, the CEO or chairman of Purgatory, where in this real championship, the strongest fighters from 8 underground martial art promotions are all together under one roof. Kazuo Yamashita and Izumitsu compare this tournament to the Gu ritual, but Izumitsu points out that they don't take lives, and they don't let lives be lost. That's what sets them apart from that Gu ritual that the other Nico has been practicing or has been setting up And anyway, that's how the chapter ends, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the Azura skies.